Hallmark, everybody, here to show us how to create a one-of-a-kind DIY heart-shaped tote bag that is absolutely perfect for Valentine's Day or any other time, by the way. Is Orly.
It is, aren't these? I mean, these really are great. They're obviously perfect right now for Valentine's Day because of the big, bold, red heart. But as we go into spring, we're wearing so many fun colors, and hearts are always in style. Love is always in style. So it's sort of, Valentine's Day inspires us to get the project going, but you can wear these
especially
all the time.
around this house, love is always in style.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what I'm thinking. You know I'm thinking I'm going to be going home, I'm going to be having some gifts. I'll know how to make something for Layla and for Vanessa. I'm super excited. I walked into this room and I saw these, and I said this to you.
You did.
These are so impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really love this. Let's get started.
Okay, so what you want to do is the first thing is you want to just decide on the size of your bag so that you know exactly how large you want to make that heart. For the larger tote size bag, I'll show you these right here. You can kind of see the difference between the shape of the pattern, the size of the pattern, depending on the size of the bag.
Great.
We've gone over this a million times on the show, how you can make a perfectly symmetrical heart. So you can, you know, that's very easy, fold it in half and draw one time. And then you would cut out 2 pieces in yourself, which is the outside material of your fabric.
Okay, so 2 of those.
2 hearts.
Yep.
And then you would cut out 2 linings. Obviously, you can see that those were just cut out. So all I did was put this on the back side of the fabric and trace it when the fabric was folded in half.
Okay,
then
beautiful.
you cut 2 at the same time and you have all your pieces.
And I see that we got faux leather here as your material.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a good material for these bags? Could you use something else too?
Absolutely. So the faux leather is a great option because obviously it looks like a real handbag, so it's sort of a lot of bang for your buck. It's strong, which is important. But any fabric that has some nice weight to it and feels strong enough to hold your belongings and maintain its shape will work.
Okay.
The one thing I would say though is if you switch your fabric, just be cognizant of which lining material you're using and make sure that the weights of those 2 materials, your exterior and your interior, are similar. Otherwise, the heavier one will sort of suck the lighter weight one in and it'll distort the shape.
You see, who would know that?
So just
Orly
similar
would know
weight,
that.
similar weights.
Okay,
And then the other thing you want to cut out is your strap. So all I did was actually took a ruler and I basically made straps the length of my ruler.
Oh.
You want, again, 2 in your leather and 2 in your felt or whatever lining material you use.
I got this. Okay, great.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to attach these together. Now, this is obviously the right side of our leather fabric, and we want that on the outside. So flip it facing down. Okay. And there's no real right side to felt, although if your lining you chose has a right side, make sure that it's facing opposite, right? So we're going to connect these 2. You would do the same thing there. Now, there's 2 ways that you could connect them. One is using something like a tacky spray, which is like a fabric bond. You would basically spray with a little tacky spray, lay it down, and it would be connected.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing is, right now, if you can see, it doesn't really want to separate. It's sort of nice and grippy.
Yeah, there's a little friction in there.
Exactly. So we can just pin this into place when we sew, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So
right, because really it'll be kind of locked into position once the actual sewing takes place for the bag.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Now I'm with you.
So we're going to do the same thing for our strap. You put the right side on the outside, and we lay our felt. And what you're going to do is stitch. You can see on this one right here, I decided to do a zigzag stitch that's sort of a contrast. I did it so that you see it, intentionally see it.
Like, I love the way that looks.
Yeah,
like, it's one of the things
really
I noticed. That contrasting stitch looks very cool.
It's really fun. And since we're leaving our raw edges, something about the zigzag really makes it look clean and sort of crisp. So that's how I chose to do it. Now we need to attach our strap to our bag. So this is one side of our bag, this is the other.
Right.
What you want to do is remember your right side. Obviously, this is our right side, so I want my strap here. So I'm going to open up my lining and my fabric, and I'm going to sandwich it in the middle. And I'm going to actually use clothespins to hold it in place. And that's because with faux leather or real leather, when you use the regular pins, it actually can leave a tiny hole. The hole will go away. It's like not a huge deal.
So should you be doing this with the strap before you use that little adhesive spray?
Exactly.
Okay, so you get that into place, and then you could do the adhesive spray, and then everything gets locked into place once the final sewing goes on. Okay.
Absolutely, exactly. So you would do the same thing to this side with your strap, attach it in. Now, we're going to take these face to face.
It's like we're making a sandwich.
Sorry. We are. We're making a felt leather heart sandwich, Cameron.
You know, if we speak in terms of food,
you're with
these
me?
are going to be way more successful for me.
Does it have to be like a dry granola? You know, like healthy.
You have to bring that into this. You have to turn it into a jab.
I did. I sure did. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I want to explain a little bit about the sewing. Okay. What we want to connect our bag together is basically from right here, we're going to stitch, sandwiching, again, our fabrics together all the way around to here. You are not going to do this side because if you did it, obviously you can't get into the bag.
I see, okay.
So what you would do though is you would continue your zigzag stitch all along the loops of our heart.
For the individual sides at
Yes.
the top, right? So
Yes.
you do the individual sides at the top, and then you do both of them together around, well, just like
Exactly.
that.
So if you take a look at this, you can see what is connected by the pins is what I would zigzag together. What is not connected by the pins, I will maintain the zigzag stitch so it looks intentional, but I'm gonna be zigzagging my lining to my regular fabric and my strap. And I would come around like
about
this.
that?
And if you look at this one, you can see exactly that, right? This zigzag stitch is what's connecting it. It's no longer connecting it. Now it's free, and it's making it be a bag that's actually open.
How great
does
does that look? And
sense?
And while you're over there, I'm looking at some of the other materials that you've used, because
Yeah.
we mentioned on that. But for the straps, for the actual bag itself.
Exactly. You can use any, really there's so many fabrics you can use. And if you're doing it like this one here, which is face to face, you can see the material on the inside is made of the same. This is one quick point I'd love to make, is that when you're doing it, you want to pin your purse straps inside. Do you see how they look hidden inside? So watch, now when I flip this one inside out, the straps will be facing the right way, and that's when you're doing it face to face. So do you see how now they're coming out of a clean finished
How
top?
do people figure that out is what I want to know. I mean, it's
a
like
lot
you
of
gotta go to
trial and
science
error.
class.
You mess up a bunch and then you learn. So if you are doing a fabric that's a little thinner and you're going face to face, just make sure you pin your straps inside.
But I do like the look. I do like the look that achieves for sure.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Orly, you definitely know how to pull out our heartstrings.
Oh, can we send you one of these home and you're gonna pretend like you made it? I feel like Layla would
I
love
may
one
or
of
may
these.
not. Wait, you grab that one. I'd love that.
Okay.
Layla would love this.
Yeah.
That's great.
Totally.
And it looks great with
It's a
what
big
I'm wearing
success.
too, I'm just saying. Go to hallmarkchannel.com, everybody. Full instructions will be there. And keep up with Orly at thediydesigner.com.